Hi Gretchen, how are you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
You're looking amazing.
Thank you.
Where do you plan on taking your beach body this summer?
Well, actually, I have a couple trips planned. I'm going to be heading down to Cabo San Lucas, everybody's favorite spot, and then I have a trip planned to Guatemala, which I'm very excited about. And 4th of July weekend, I'm going to be in Vegas at Liquid Pool, so people can come and hang out with me there for 4th of July weekend. And I'm sure I'll think of somewhere else to go.
Are these couples trips with Slade, or will they be with the girls for the show?
No, actually, it's just with Slade. I need some Slade and me time. I need a little bit of downtime. I've been working pretty crazy lately, so I need a little bit of downtime.
Speaking of Slade, the question on everyone's mind,
yes.
Is there an engagement in the future?
You know, I don't know. You have to ask Slade that, right? He's the one that might pop the question. You know, Slade and I are just so happy and content in the place that we're at in our relationship. We don't feel this need to have to get married to prove that we're in love and committed to each other. And sometimes I think that speaks, you know, volumes compared to just going and getting married, because everyone says you need to go get married, it's about that time, you know. I just don't feel that pressure, and I'm really happy and content, and if he asked me to marry him tomorrow, I'd say yes. So we'll see what the future holds.
It's probably the right decision, considering most of the women on the show that are married
aren't
married anymore.
Right, right.
Vicky got divorced this season. How is she doing? What do you think of that situation?
You know, it's interesting because I think that a divorce for anybody is very difficult and hard. However, I don't think I was really surprised about that divorce. I think it's been a long time coming. I think she's been very unhappy for several years, and I think that it's shown in how she's treated Don and how she's treated other people. And I hope to goodness that the two of them can move on and be happy and find happiness and you know, still remain friends and, you know, and treat each other well through this process.
Alexis and Jim were having a little bit of trouble towards the end of the season. How are they doing now?
That's funny. Alexis and Jim weren't having problems. So
that was made up?
I think that the show made it look like that, but they weren't having problems. They're having problems just as much as Slade and I were having problems. I mean, every relationship goes through ups and downs, and every relationship has days that you fight or you argue, but they have a very solid relationship, and they're a wonderful couple. They have a lot of old traditional values in their marriage, which we don't see a lot of anymore, and I think that maybe some people are you know, confusing that with they have issues, and they don't. They have a very, you know, respectable, loving marriage.
You may not think highly of Tamara, but what do you think of her new boyfriend, Eddie?
You know, I really like Eddie. I can't say too much about him because I haven't spent a lot of time with him, but the few times that I have spent with him, he seems very nice, and he seems like he just likes to get along with everybody. However, I still don't understand why somebody that's so nice and so cool wants to date her. That's so mean. But I really, like, it really makes me not, it's weird. I don't see the two of them together because he has been so nice and wonderful, and I just can't see two people that are so opposite. You know what I mean? Like, when somebody's so opposite, it just doesn't seem to mesh. But hopefully maybe he'll make her not so mean. Yeah, that could totally be a possibility.
One of the themes from this season was Peggy thinking that Alexis was jealous of her or in competition with her. Was that overblown, or is that still occurring? Have they mended their relationship?
I think, again, that had a lot to do with some of the editing that was happening. I don't think that Alexis was trying to one-up her or be competitive with her in any way. However, I do think what Alexis tends to do is every time that she talks to somebody, or let's say I'm sitting here talking about, oh, this was what happened, she relates to you by saying, oh, when I did this, this is what happened. So I think it's just the way that she communicates, and I think the way that it was perceived was that she was competitive or trying to one-up her. And I know her true intentions, and that's not what it was ever about.
Overall, how did you feel about this season?
That's a loaded question. You know, it's interesting because overall, I was actually a little disappointed with this season. I feel like they missed a lot of really important aspects to my life that I had going on. Maybe it's because they couldn't make fun of it, you know, when it came to my businesses, and I actually probably spoke intelligently about it, so maybe that's why they didn't show it. And, you know, Slade and I have an amazing, wonderful relationship, and they kind of made me out to be a nag, and that, you know, we had these issues, and we have real life issues. We absolutely do. However, are we still very committed, and do we love each other, and, you know, are we pushing through it? Absolutely. So, and they kind of showed me as the mean girl, so that was a little hard for me to see that. So I'm hoping that from what I'm getting from the fans, they didn't see that, but sitting there knowing what my true life was and what the full story was, it was kind of hard to see that.
Well, we know you have your handbag line, your makeup line, and now
Yes.
Thermogenic.
Yes.
What's next for you?
Well, there's a lot of things on the horizon. I'm working on the new collection for my handbag line, and obviously the makeup is ever changing as the new seasons come and go. But I actually just recently launched a tanning product. Do I look good or what?
Very tan.
So a lot of my fans have been asking about that. So it's just under the Gretchen Christine brand, and I'm very excited to bring that to the fans because they've all been asking about my colors. So I've been working on that for a while. So, and it's all at my website, GretchenChristine.com. They can find all that stuff there.
Well, I love home tanning, so
Yes,
I'll be looking
best.
at it. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Take
too.
care, Ann.